Creativity is an addiction. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut because we all make mistakes. So why not turn it into a tool? This is Arroe Unplugged. Oh wow, always something to do. Yep, that's us. Always something to do. Never enough time to properly catch up. And if we do get that feeling that we're catching up, objects have been moved from this side to that side of the room. Because we're always on the move. It's not just me. This generation thinks it has to be somewhere all the time. And very rarely is it ever on time. I mean, we've developed into this age of other people's bad behaviors is completely acceptable, and there's no real chance of ever being held accountable. But there's always something to do. Something came up. I can't come to you because I've got something to do. I'll make it up, I promise. But it may be not today, but I'll get there tomorrow maybe? But then again, maybe I won't return. If troubles begin at the top and it flows downward through every single rank there is, how high on the ladder shall we look for the fire starter? We'll never know because they didn't come to work. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. I call myself the Silent Wolf because I love to step back and just watch, to observe, to learn from not only you, but from the curve of the wind. There is so much to learn, and it's constantly moving around us and through us. This is The Daily Mess. Your abilities, that's my focus right now. Your abilities. Who decides how many you've got and which one of your ability tools are available for everyone else to use? Now, because I'm a broadcast instructor, I meet students that are 18 to 50 years in age. I do think to myself, it took you this long to locate the proper abilities to know you've got the gift to reach into a viewer or listener's life? It took this long? This isn't a knock. Discovering new parts of your ambition are every single day. A wild whim can become action. A wonder, a dream, a pushed-away thought is finally fueled with fire. Learning how to never say no opens up your soul to daily journeys through unrehearsed experiences that can sometimes lead to nowhere. But that's okay. At least that step is every reason why you took the time to make the move, because something earlier in your life prepared you for this expected change. Your abilities. Who decides what is going to be used? That was one of my toughest journeys throughout the broadcast career that I've had for 44 years. I gave myself to these broadcast companies. They knew my abilities. I also knew my abilities, and it didn't always match what they saw were my abilities. But in order to keep that position in broadcasting, I had to only use what they needed. And if I wanted to put my other abilities in it, it was usually shoved to the side. But I think as we grow older and we become more wiser with our steps, we learn from how they trained those abilities that they needed for that moment. And we put them inside the other abilities that we've been holding on to for so long. A simple thought or a decision can become one of your greatest steps. But don't let it silence you if the one ability you think you've got isn't being used. Do what I do. Create a circle around your job, your career, your place in this moment of now. And on the outside of that circle, start building your truer foundation. Learn to listen to your abilities. You don't have just one talent. You've got multiple abilities that are required in order to make you who you are. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, it's time I start listening to your abilities. I'm Arroe, and that's The Daily Mess.